Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're actually going to be working on a page from my webcomic Scared by the Bell. Alright, so this is page 7 of page 6 of Scared by the Bell. So this is farther ahead than what's on the webcomic. So it probably won't make sense. As you can see, I'm starting off with the blue line, per usual. So you can kind of get the general layout, and then you start penciling. I'm really trying to up my game here on doing more pages. I saw a Facebook post that said, "Oh, from 5 years ago," and it was issue number 1. And so I'm like, "Oh, that's an issue a year." When I draw these, I'm drawing pretty fast. I know it's in hyper time lapse, but I do try to not think about it too much. So as you can see, I kind of keep it's pretty sloppy, in my opinion, and my perspective. I'm always agonizing. Look at that. I'm just like, wait, because I'm looking at the table. I'm like, wait, if the table, and then I look, and that's too big. That's like oversized. So this is real rough. I never draw the panels anymore. I draw them all digitally, so I just kind of like loosely put stuff in there. That's better. See, I'm like, oh, his head needs to be bigger. His arms, his shoulders are too narrow. And then I had to go to a meeting, and I kept looking at the page, because my desk is over here. I was like, I really don't like those 2 panels. I was like, they need to be more dramatic. So I was like, I need to redraw those. So it's a little manga-y. Oh, there's my hand model. So I did the 2 triangles, a little more motion. So that's more like, Merlin's like, what do you mean? And then this doctor guy, who I will agonize over his hand. Oh, that was okay the first time. So I did blue line, pencil. Then I didn't like it, so I blue lined another drawing, tightened up on top of it with pencil. But the underdrawing was so kind of sloppy that I'm like, let me just tighten that up a little. So I tightened the pencils again. Just because it's like, do I have it? I think his left arm is a little too long. Some of this I might fix a little in the Photoshop. I can kind of shore things up, or when it's at the inking stage, but I don't know. I'm okay with the mistakes. The mistakes are kind of, and now we're inking. So this is a G-Nib. I watch all these, this thing called Urasawa no Manban. Naoki Urasawa, he interviews all these mangaka, these Japanese manga artists, and a lot of them use. See, I fixed the finger. I was like, that's too big. So I use G-Nib a lot. I didn't use it, I don't know. I'm trying to get good at it. Again, I try to draw fast. I try not to agonize. Like, I'd rather kind of draw a drawing and then redo it than like, I'm like, I count those fingers. I'm like, oh wait, he needs one more finger. Yeah. So this is a whole page. So this took me a while. Now, if you notice, I'm not drawing the backgrounds. That's because I draw the backgrounds on another layer. This is mostly just to free myself up asset-wise. So if I ever want to do a motion comic, or I want to change things, or swap things out, or add stuff, I treat it kind of like animation, where the characters are on one thing, or on one layer, and then the so here we go. So here's a micron. If I need like straighter lines, I'll do the micron, just because I have a little bit more control. And again, I try not to like try not to have hesitation lines too much. I try to just, if it's a sloppy line, so I'm like adding, like, oh, I'm gonna add a vent and some buttons to the other TV. So I picked up the previous page drawing. I'm like, oh, let me add it there. I mean, if this were like a big budget thing, I would have like, there's the chain. I'd have spent time on like previs, and I'd know what every piece of furniture and every costume has, but this is very much on the fly. Those chains look like they're going so fast, but they took forever. Little textures. Oh, yeah, I draw Merlin here. So here's an example of where I will probably redraw this, because I finished it and I'm like, It's like I wouldn't be surprised if there's another page at some point where I mean, he's fine. I don't like the drapery. So that's it. So that's the pencils and inks of page 6, I think, or 7. So thanks for checking it out. Remember, you can check out the webcomic at www.scaredbythebell. And remember to make your comic.